Welcome to the Divine Channel. My name is Siobhan and I'm a channel of spirit. And just now I was in the bathroom and I had this download come through. They said the bull, the ram, and the fish. And then when I pulled out my phone to jot that down in a note, they also said quantum mechanics of space-time ruled by the stars. And as I wrote it out in my synchronicities little journal on paper, so that I could talk about it here today in this reading, I also heard revealed by. So not only ruled by, but revealed by the stars. So obviously, when they said the bull, the ram, and the fish, the first thing that did come to my mind was, okay, Taurus, Aries, Pisces. And then when they elaborated and said ruled by the stars, I was like, okay, so that feels like confirmation. But I don't know how the quantum mechanics side of things plays into this and the connection to space-time, other than how the planets move around. Okay, they're actually showing me right now, we're jumping right into things. They're showing me how planets move in the fabric of space and how the gravity kind of like indents into, this is going into like theory of relativity stuff that Spirit has been teaching me about for a while now, but I'm not an expert. I'm just learning as they're showing me things. And there's like this dip that happens in space-time. It bends space and time. Oh my God, okay. It bends space and time. And they're showing me all of the planets, but specifically Saturn as well. And Saturn, I know, is connected to ruling of time. It's the Time Lord. So something about Time Lord bending space and time. So the first thing I want to note is the energy of the bull. And I recently just picked up this awesome Chicago Bulls jacket. Such a good deal. And I've been a Bulls fan since Space Jam. Like since I was a kid and I watched Space Jam and I was like super into Michael Jordan. Okay. So there's something about the bull here, the energy of the bull that wants to be known. And the first thing that's coming to mind is stubbornness, but they're actually not showing me the bull when I'm saying stubbornness. They're showing me the ram. So maybe there's a connection between the bull and the ram that has to do with stubbornness or force. At the emotional human level, it may present as being stubborn. But they were showing me in a previous reading that I did. I can't remember if it was here on the Divine Channel or if it was on my other channel, It's Tarot and Beyond. What they were showing me was a ram knocking down a door, almost like a battering ram. And I'm just realizing right now that this morning and yesterday, they were showing me themes of opening the door, knocking on the door, pushing the door open, it being open, but you needing to kind of like put force towards it to open it. You know, like when the door hasn't clicked all the way closed, it's a little bit open or ajar, and you're able to exert some force to just push it open. You don't have to turn the handle. Okay, so there's something about opening the door and force. Kitty's meowing in the background. Kitty is for confirmation. So now they want me to talk about the fish. I'm hearing slippery and slimy scales of the fish, and they're showing me like this iridescent, how the light reflects off the scales. So light, and now they're showing me like actual scales, like the scales of judgment or to weigh something. Light reflects off the scales. But there's something slippery about it. They're showing me like you try to weigh a fish and you can't weigh it because it just slips and slides off of the scale. The fish slips off. This feels like a very coded message. This feels like a very like esoteric, riddly type of a reading. I don't think there's much here that's literal. There's just a lot that needs to kind of be unpacked and interpreted. And I'm going to do my best to do that. But I think this is like a two-way street where it's up to you to determine what this means for you, or to allow Spirit to show you that kind of in your own time, but you're being given access to this information. That's what the door represents. They just said access to information. And the way that they're showing me like the word force, I think that we might misinterpret it, because I think that there's like this connotation around the energy of force or using force to do something as being aggressive, especially with the energy of the bull and the ram and the stubbornness that came through. But what they're showing me is actually that's a misinterpretation of what this energy is meant to represent. The force is almost like the force in Star Wars. The force, may the force be with you. It's like there's just energy of everything that's around you. And when you can tap into and channel that, when you can concentrate it, when you can use your will or your intention to really focus that, that's what opens the door and allows you to access this information. So it's more like concentration than force. Does that make sense? So I'm actually going to note that concentration of energy. That's what it feels like more so than anything else. So let's get back to this fish slipping off the scale. It cannot be weighed, they said. It cannot be weighed. And now they're showing me, first of all, the name Wade. When I wrote down Wade, Weighed, I was also seeing Wade as in like somebody named Wade. I don't know anybody named Wade, so I'll just leave that there. I won't dive into that too much. But I was also seeing how before they were showing us like the density of something impacting the fabric of space and therefore time, because time is a function of matter moving through space. Oh, they were showing me yesterday E equals MC squared, and I forget what that is. E equals MC squared. Let's look that up, because this is where I'm getting educated by spirit. E equals MC squared. Like I know that it means energy equals mass squared or something. Hold on. Energy is equal to mass multiplied by the speed of light squared. Oh, that's what the C represents. Okay, that's what I was missing. The speed of light. And spirit has been showing me a lot of stuff to do with the speed of light. I don't know if I've mentioned it in my readings or not. We will be going into that. But they were showing me stuff to do with like moving beyond the speed of light, or how when you hit the speed of light, time stops or stands still. You enter no time. They were showing me like particle and antiparticle, neutrons. Like they're teaching me all about quantum physics and like string theory and stuff. And I'm like, I am not a scientist. I'm an English and psych major. Like this is not my area of expertise, but this is what Spirit's been wanting me to learn and to channel these messages connected to like time travel, basically. They were showing me references to Interstellar as well, which is talking about like time dilation. And they're also saying something about quantum paradoxes. Oh yeah, they were showing me stuff about gin particles and yeah, like my mind has been blown, like, let me just say. And I think that this is what you're meant to dive into next as well, or what the collective is going to be looking into, because there's so much more information that hasn't been tapped yet. It's like the laws of physics aren't even what we think they are. I don't even know what they are, but they're not what we think they are. They said what they think they are. Who thinks they are? Collective, what they think, not even like you, but just humans, I guess. So E equals MC squared. So this is, I'm going to write down what that means so that I can remember. This is like my study. This is my workbook. This is where I go to school. I go to spirit school. Yeah. Okay. So E equals MC squared means that energy is equal to mass multiplied by the speed of light squared. Now, what does this actually mean? Well, according to Google, it says mass and energy are interchangeable, meaning a small amount of mass can be converted into a large amount of energy and vice versa. This equation is derived from Albert Einstein's theory of special relativity. Basically, energy and mass are the same thing. And the people ask, the people ask section of Google, it says, what does E equals MC squared mean spiritually? Yeah, that's what I'm asking. In fact, the very equation reflects the manifestation of consciousness, the invisible energy or force. That's what I was saying, because they showed me Jedis and I was like, okay, like the force. invisible energy or force which binds the entire universe together, and naturally it symbolizes the ultimate reality, the ultimate truth, Almighty God or Source, Creator, whatever. It's like the energy of pure consciousness. I'm hearing the totality. Okay, the totality. And it feels like the totality is like the unity principle, or unified field. They're saying unified field. Unified field. This feels like a principle. This feels like something in math or physics that's going to be, I don't know if it'll be proved or if it's already been proved. I'm not like up on the servers looking at what's going on in the physics community. I don't know. But there's something here about unified field, maybe unified field theory. Is that what string theory is talking? Let me look that up too. Let's just research together. Unified field, it comes up, unified field theory, and the second thing on the autofill was unified field theory solved. So I do want to look at that as well. In physics, a unified field theory is a type of field theory that allows all fundamental forces, there's that word forces again, and elementary particles to be written in terms of, this is Wikipedia, in terms of a single type of field. So according to modern physics, the forces are not transmitted directly between interacting objects, but instead are described and interpreted by intermediary entities called fields. Furthermore, according to quantum field theory, particles are themselves the quanta of fields. Examples of different fields in physics include vector fields, such as electromagnetic fields. They were showing me that yesterday. That came up in a client reading that I did. It was like the union of the electro and the magnetic, the hieros gamos, the union of masculine and feminine polarity within the self, and the electromagnetic field, or the Taurus field of the human cell, is actually what they're telling me. But I was going to say like the auric field. But they're showing me the auric fields of planets, the Earth specifically, the auric field of the planet Earth changing. Polar opposites, they're saying. Something about polar opposites. Okay, hold on. Yeah, they're saying polar opposites and unified theory. So something that was, this could even be talking about the poles, like the North and South Pole. They were showing me a lot of stuff to do with compasses, which I'm pretty sure function on magnetism of the poles. And I thought that that was talking about like directions. No, they are saying quantum directions. These are the directions. They're telling me that right now, and they're showing me puzzle pieces. Quantum directions into the quantum field. It's like, instead of latitude and longitude, it's like time, space, particle. They're showing me star fields. They said star fields. Star fields and quantum directions. Something about the poles flipping. I'd have to research that as well. But it feels like there's a unification of these opposites in some way. Somehow physics is explaining this, or they're saying is going to. So there's something about, they're saying renaissance of the mind. I got to write that down. So this feels like a unified theory of the mind, a renaissance of consciousness. And this is happening because there's a shift in the population towards answering these questions or looking for these answers. And it's not like humans haven't been doing this. It just feels more like it's time now, or there's like an access point. They're showing me like floodgates opening. The dam bursts, the floodgates open, everything's released. Now they're showing me sandbags. There's going to be certain people, or maybe aspects of our own egos, that are going to want to sandbag, and like they feel like it's overwhelming, or they can't handle the amount of information that's coming out, or this new state of being. It's almost like these new ideas or these theories or things that are being solved or understood or seen or channeled or whatever. It feels like it's a little intimidating, or inundating is actually the word I'm getting, feeling inundated by information, and it's overwhelming. And that's where I think the sandbagging is happening, because it's like trying to push back or protect against the raging flow of this river. Actually, they were showing me a river yesterday too, and it was connected to something about the stars, the river of the stars, the Milky Way. No, but there was something else. Actually, I have it still open. I leave all the tabs open because I forget. So I like to go back and like check on stuff. Where was it? Yes, Eridanus, the river. The river of the stars. Yeah, so some people are going to feel overwhelmed by this, but ultimately it's a shift in the right direction is what Spirit's saying. Now, I want to look up Eridanus meaning. The name of a constellation and a river in Greek mythology. Eridanus is a constellation in the southern sky that stretches from Orion to Hydrus. In Greek mythology, Eridanus, or Eridanos, I'm probably saying it wrong, was a river in the northern realm of Hyperborea. It was sometimes identified with the Po River or northern Italy and the Danube River of northern Europe. They've also been showing me the Thames, or the Thames River, and the draining of that, and also the Nile and the flooding of that. The draining and the flooding. The floodgates opening, they just showed us that too. Okay. One sec. So according to legend, Phaethon, I don't know how to pronounce these. I should know this. I'm half Greek, but I never learned to speak Greek. Phaethon fell into the Eridanos after Zeus struck him with a thunderbolt. I don't know why he did that, but Zeus be smoting people. The 3rd century BC Greek astronomer Eratosthenes claimed that Eridanos represented the Nile. No freaking way! What does it mean? Eridanus has also been identified with the Euphrates, the Po River in Italy, the Ebro in Spain, and the Rhine, Rhone, and Radon rivers in Central Europe. So and they're showing me rivers of time. Rivers of time? Is this like streams of consciousness? It feels like streams of consciousness. Rivers of time. I'm also going to write streams. Oh my God, it's like these water analogies. Rivers, streams. What? The fish is slippery. It has no mass, they're saying. Wait, rivers of time, streams of consciousness. Consciousness is energy, and energy equals mass. Okay, there's something about like, but they said the fish, the fish is consciousness. And it has no weight, it has no mass. The fish has no mass. It moves through the flood fluidly, they said. It moves through the flood fluidly. Love that alliteration. Okay, they're bringing me back to the bull again, the bull. And they're saying stream of consciousness of the bull. Taurus time period, they're saying Taurus time. It's Taurus time. Sorry. Sometimes I'm so silly. Taurus time. But they did say Taurus time period. Are you talking about a time in the past, Spirit? Are you okay, Taurus time. I'm just going to put that. I don't know if anything's going to come up on Google. Taurus time. The only thing that's coming to mind for me is like the Toros from, what was that cheerleading movie? Bring It On. We are the Toros. In Western astrology, Taurus season is from around April 20th to May 20th. Yeah, I knew that, but I feel like this is something else. Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac and is represented by the bull. It's an earth sign ruled by Venus, associated with love, beauty, money. People with Taurus sign are said to be stubborn, sensual, artistic, reliable, and down to earth. I love Taurus people. I'm a Pisces myself, and I get along great with Taurians. My boyfriend's a Taurian. My mom was a Taurian. Some of my best friends are Taurians. I just love them because they help ground me. Oh, maybe that's what it is. It's like grounding consciousness because the fish is so ethereal. Sometimes I lose track of time. I lose like memories because I'm in channel mode, or I'm just like not grounded enough. And so maybe there's something about like the Taurus and the bull, or the Taurus and the bull, the bull and the fish coming together and like balancing each other out. It almost feels like North Node and South Node energy. Like the fish, the North Node just moved into Pisces. Right. So North Node in Pisces, that's the fish. South Node is actually in Virgo, not Taurus though. But there's like earth energy. So I'm trying to figure this out. Taurus, they said great year. Taurus, great year. No, all that's coming up is like, what's Taurus's best year? Oh no, it says according to some astrologers, 2025 is a great year for Taurus. Oh no, that's not what I was thinking, but okay, that's great. With opportunities for personal and professional growth, financial abundance, and improved relationships. That's not what I'm looking for. What are great years? Let me look that up. Hold on. Taurus, great year. It feels like a measurement of time, not like have a great year, you know? It's not like you're signing a frickin' like a yearbook. Have a great summer, hags. Great year, time period. Okay, I'm just going to type in what is a great year. Oh, okay, here we go. A great year is a period of time that is equal to one complete cycle of the equinoxes around the ecliptic. It is also known as the Platonic year. A great year is a period of about 25,800 years. Okay, so this is, oh shit. This is talking about the Callies. That's how I know them. I didn't know great year was how you'd say it. In other words, it's, but I know it as like we're in the Kali Yuga or something. Okay, so let me write this down. Oh my God, and the very first message that they brought through that we were talking about, the reason I sat down to do this reading, they said quantum mechanics of space-time ruled by or revealed by the stars. And so this is talking about a great year, but they said Taurus. So something about Taurus, great year. It feel like, I know in the Kali, let me look up the precession of the equinoxes because I can't remember what they're all called. Again, it was a Greek astronomer, Hipparchus, who was the first known astronomer to recognize the precession of the equinoxes. But Greek, Egyptian, and Indian are coming up into my mind. And they're showing me like old books. I'm seeing papyrus scrolls. I'm seeing like big leather-bound books. I have an office that smells of leather-bound books and mahogany. Sorry. I try to be serious and like bring through these super intense messages, and then I'm just like la 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 la. Funny references. Okay, so yeah. But they were showing me like ancient scrolls and books and stuff. So there's something about like this knowledge, and they're saying new level of access to knowledge. Again, they did say that earlier. So like there's collectively the level of knowledge that we can achieve is based on, it's like almost like a collective state of being, or because what they're showing me is like there's this big, almost like a bubble up above, and how much of that bubble we can access is dependent on our level of consciousness individually, but also the level of consciousness of the collective. So if the collective consciousness is very low, very dense, very unaware, it's going to be difficult to tap into that, but not impossible. Some sort of like outliers can do it, but the more that we expand and raise our consciousness, the more easily accessible all of that information that's just sitting there becomes. And so the people who are attuned to it, or who have already achieved that level of consciousness, or have the aptitudes to be able to understand it, will be able to tap into it. It's like how inventors can just draw inspiration from the ethers to invent things that have never existed. It's like it already does exist. It's just like in that space. I don't know what to call it. It's kind of like the cloud or something. I was trying to look up the precession of the equinoxes from like I'll just look up Kali Yuga, or like the Kalis. So the Kali Yuga is a Hindu cosmological concept that describes the fourth and final age in the cycle of the Yugas. That's what I was talking about, or world ages. That's what they're saying here with the great year. It is also known as the Iron Age or the Age of Strife. Is that what we're in right now? Damn. Yeah, makes sense. The cycle is made up of 4 yugas or ages that each last a multiple of 432,000 solar years. The Kali Yuga is the 4th and final age in the cycle. It is believed to be the present age full of sin and conflict. The Kali Yuga is considered the darkest age because it is seen as a time of moral decay and spiritual corruption. And they're saying Renaissance of consciousness again in my head. They're saying that again. So we're moving into the great year. Okay, let me look up the Wikipedia of this so I can see like the actual layout. So Yuga means an age of the world. Kali Yuga means the age of Kali, the age of darkness. I know there was a chart on here. Where is that? It was like in the shape of a circle. Where the heck did that go? Okay. I will find this chart and I will put it up on the screen so you guys can look at it too, because I find looking at images helps me understand things. So we're at the bottom here on the Kali Yuga. And then it goes into, what is this? The Dvarpara Yuga, which is like the Bronze Age. And then the Treta Yuga. Frick, I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing everything. Just whatever. That's the Silver Age. And then the Satya Yuga, Gold. So we're kind of on the opposite side here. We're like in the South Pole, and the golden age is in the North Pole. So I don't know if we're going to experience this in our lifetime, but Spirit is telling me that there is a renaissance of consciousness happening now. And it's as we move from the Kali Yuga into the Dvarpara Yuga, or whatever the second one is called. Dwapara Yuga is the 3rd age, the cycle of the yugas. It is also known as the age of energy. The term comes from Sanskrit words Dwapara, meaning 2 ahead, and Yuga meaning age or era. Yeah, okay. Wait, am I looking at this backwards? Because this is saying that the Dwapara Yuga is the age when humanity first experiences a significant decline in righteousness, which is what leads, I would assume, to the Kali Yuga. It's not like it's going backwards. We don't go from rock bottom to a decline. We go from a decline to rock bottom. So there's something here. I think I'm looking at it backwards. But, oh no, it says that some say the Dwapara Yuga is the age of energy, where people are better able to understand and use energy, which is what we were talking about from the very beginning, with energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. So there's something about the understanding of energy that'll become more commonplace. They're showing me a dinner plate and a fork and knife right now, like silverware. Dishes. What is that about? They're saying consume or consumption. So something about like the utensils that we have to be able to break down this information into smaller, more bite-sized pieces will become more accessible to the layman, or to people like, I'm assuming, you and me, because I don't know about you, but I'm not a quantum physics professor. Like, I don't know what this is, but I'm here to learn. I'm open. I love learning. So give me all the science. Like, I'll do my best, you know? Which god was in Dwapara Yuga? Krishna and Buddha were the 2 avatars taken by Lord Vishnu in Dwapara Yuga. One of the main characters in Hindu mythology is Lord Krishna, who is the 8th incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Okay, I would have to do more research into that to fully understand it. That could be significant here. It's giving me like Jesus vibes, especially like Krishna, Buddha, like Yeshua energy. I'm still wondering, though, about the energy of, the Sphinx is coming up. I did a reading on the Sphinx. There's something about that as well. The mysteries of the Sphinx revealed, they said. Okay, I'm going to write that down as well. And they're showing me the flooding of the Nile again. So maybe this is like a seasonal thing. It feels like, that flood would happen and it would bring a little bit of chaos, but then it would water everything so it would grow, and it would bring fruits and abundance and food and stuff. And they were showing us the plate, the knife and fork. It's like spiritual nourishment. But I still want to know about this Taurus age. Age of Taurus. Oh, let's look up Age of Taurus years. Okay, in astrology, it lasted from 4300 BCE to 2150 BCE. Okay. 3 to 2150. It's so confusing that it goes backwards like that. Again, there's something about like reading something or reading time backwards. Gonna go back in time. Okay, sorry. Again, just me being me. Oh. The other thing I wanted to look up was, Age of Taurus, the Age of Taurus Bible. That's what was one of the other prompts on the autofill of Google here. So let me just see. Oh my God. The age of Taurus in astrology may have coincided with the rise of early civilizations such as the Egyptians, Sumerians, and the Indus Valley. They were showing us the Nile. That was the Bronze Age, which was marked by advancements in metalworking and trade networks. It is said to have occurred during the Age of Taurus. I just got shivers down my legs when I said trade networks. And I know that at the time I'm filming this, the US just put a trade tariff on Canada. I'm Canadian. So, and Canada's retaliating with another, like with their own 25%. We're retaliating with 25% too. So the construction of monuments like Stonehenge and the Egyptian pyramids may have also occurred during this period. The bull is a symbol of Taurus, which may be related to the Greek myth of Zeus taking the form of a bull to abduct Europa. So here we have Zeus and Greek mythology coming in again. It's like all these ancient civilizations and cultures that were kind of at like the height of their development. They're saying something about spiritual advancement, though. Each culture represented a significant difference in the spiritual advancement of the whole organism, is what Spirit just said. The whole organism. Pieces of the whole, they're saying. And they're showing me time and how it's expanding, or yeah, it's like the Big Bang Theory almost, like how it's expanding out. I remember learning in science class how astronomers were documenting, or at least they perceived, perception or point of reference affects how you see time. That was another video Spirit showed me, and they were teaching me about how your point of reference affects what point in time you see. But I was in earth science early on, and the teacher was talking about how the red ray spectrum of the stars indicated that they were moving away. The bull is red. I'm wearing red. Red is root chakra, grounded, again, very grounded, very earthy, Bronze Age or something like that. Moving away, or seems to be moving away, expanding upon, getting on top of, like we were at the bottom with that, the Iron Age or Bronze Age, and then getting on top. That was a message that came up in a previous reading as well on my other channel. And it feels like there's going to be some kind of advancements. And they're showing me the river, and that's beautiful. They're showing me like this sort of aqua river that's filled with light and stars. It's I don't know how to describe. It's like a sort of milky iridescent substance. Kind of looks like when you put glitter into water and you shake it up. Not glitter, like when you put like a really fine powdered glitter into water, like eyeshadow in water, and it almost looks like clouds moving, like liquid clouds. And this is actually reminding me of the liquid in the Pensieve in Harry Potter, where memories are stored. So there's something about like time and memories and substance and consciousness and the advancement of humanity and like all of these, the ages of time. They're saying spinning around the sun. Oh yeah, it did remind me of the Milky Way. We are that Milky Way galaxy. And this is a particular point in time, they're saying. Okay, I gotta go because I'm out of time. I have an appointment in 7 minutes that I need to get ready for. So I will leave this message here. And I think we're going to come back to this, and we're going to dig a little deeper in a different reading. More so about, just whatever Spirit wants to bring through, and whenever they bring it through, that's when I do these messages. So I will jump on when I feel called. I hope this was helpful in some way, or intriguing, or sparked your curiosity. Maybe you're going to go out and do some research too. Let me know how that goes. comment below. Okay, I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye.